Hi and welcome to Allegro Enterprises. My name is Mayibongwe Gumbo. I am the head of accounting and tax at Allegro Enterprises. Today I am thrilled to hold the Budget Buster mini-series for the 2023-2024 fiscal year. My guest today is Mwendabai Kalaluka. He is the leading business consultant, academic and managing consultant of the practice IABC based here in Johannesburg. Mwendabai, I am happy to see you.
Thank you, Mayibongwe. I'm delighted to join you here today for this discussion, and it's a great honor to have received the invitation to come and have this chat with you today. Thank you so much.
What are the requirements for qualifying for the incentive?
That's a very important question, Mayibongwe, because I'm sure people will be very keen on this particular incentives as we all look into going into renewable energy and solar panels and the rest. So there are a few stringent requirements that Treasury has put into place for people to actually qualify for this rebate. I'm just going to run through a few of them. Like number one, your panels must be PV panels, and they must be new, not used. So they must be new PV panels. And then we've also put a restriction to say these PV panels, they must have been brought into use from the 1st of March 2023 until the 28th of February 2024. So the rebate only applies for one fiscal or tax year, which means people can only claim for this rebate within the 2023-2024 fiscal year, which runs from the 1st of March 2023 to 28th of February 2024. Okay, the other requirements which they've put into place is in terms of the capacity of the panels. So the minimum generating capacity per panel has been put at 275 kilowatts. So that is the capacity requirement for your installations. On top of that, they've also insisted that your panels must have been certified by a qualified electrician in terms of the entire installation, that the installation is safe. So in other words, you need an electrical certificate for that particular installation that must be conducted in terms of in terms of the relevant legislation that governs safety around electrical installation. Okay, and then lastly, there's also a requirement that your panels must feed. All right, so the power that is generated must feed directly into your mains. So that obviously I think will be tested, I presume, by the electrical certification experts that are going to come and look at your installation. Your generated power must feed directly into the mains of your installation. And then obviously, I think maybe lastly, I would just want to conclude and say, they also say that the installation must be at your main residence. So it must be at a property where you ordinarily reside and live.
Yes. And what sort of documentation taxpayers supposed to provide?
Yes, so because this is something that is quite new, and I'm sure SARS is going to be quite strict in terms of the documentary evidence that taxpayers submit when they claim for this particular rebates. There are two main documents that will be sought from taxpayers that are claiming this particular rebate. One is that you must have a proper tax invoice or a VAT invoice, and obviously your tax invoice would have outlined the cost and the various components of your power system that you purchased. And remember, the rebate only applies to the panels, so they must be able to see the panels or on that particular invoice. In addition to that, SARS will also be very keen for that compliance certificate. So remember, we said this will only, for you to qualify, you need to have a complete electrical certification that says the installation was done in a competent manner and in a safe manner, and that obviously come from your electrical certificate.
Mwendabai, thank you so much for joining me. It's been really lovely having you and holding this mini-series with you.
The pleasure was really mine, and thank you for inviting me again.
Thank you so much for joining us. Catch us again on the next episode. Let's talk about personal income tax. As we've seen with every budget every year, individuals are always eager to find out if the taxes will go up, and obviously because that directly affects what goes into their pockets. Can we chat more about that?